welcome to Graceless Crimes. This is my true crime channel where I talk about true crime of passion, panic, pure foolishness. And if you like what you see, of course, like, subscribe, follow, share. People forget to share. Share with your mama, share with your best friend, share with your hairdresser. I don't know who you talk to about true crime. Me personally, I used to talk to my auntie who just passed away, and I so can understand what's coming out of my mouth when I say that because it's so fresh. But she was my true crime bestie. We watched Dateline. We watched 48 Hours. We watched all the ghost movies. We watched all the ghost TV shows, the good ones and the bad ones. And so I kind of feel like I'm talking to her, and you guys are along for the ride. Now, I wanted to try something a little different. Do a quick overview of 3 cases that came to my attention that are like very what the fuck. So if you like this format, comment, let me know, and I might do like this like horrible headlines versus the actual deep dives into true crime cases. So first up, a guy is seen dragging a green bag across the floor at 4 o'clock in the morning on August 10th, August 11th, of his house after his wife is found to be missing. Ding, 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 ding. Guess what? Beautiful woman, beautiful mother. Her name is Shellya Gutierrez Rosillo. She's being reported in the news as being Shellya Cabrera. And she's 33. She's Peruvian. She lives in California with her husband, Josema Cabrera Conejo. Trying to roll my R's over here. Anyway, they have 3 children. They're 9, 6, and 4. Okay. Now, Shellya tells her mother in a video call that she's ready to report him for abuse. The mother has actually said, listen, he's been hitting my daughter for years. They came to the United States in 2023 to start a new life, fresh, and it's not stopping. And he's even hit my grandchildren before. So her mother is on the phone with her. They're fighting. The mother is pleading for him to change. But she says he stays furious in the background. And Shellya tells her mother, I can't take it anymore. I'm filing a complaint today. I'm going to go get something to eat. And then I'm out of here. I'm done. After the call, unfortunately, August 9th is the last time that her mother ever speaks to her daughter again. Now, the suspicious behavior starts when the surveillance video, which the police find, of him dragging this large bag outside of their home after the fight. Neighbors also report hearing screams. Now, the neighbors actually are the ones who reported her missing because they are here in the U.S., and they reported that Shellya had told them that he was abusive as well. Police come to the scene and they do find bloodstains outside the condo. Now, Josemar texts Shellya's mother at some point claiming that Shellya had been detained by ICE, but that was actually a lie because ICE is closed on Sundays. But anyway, I don't know if that's true or false, this closed on Sundays thing, but he was lying. So there's conflicting reports. Some say that he actually fled with the kids. Some say that they had arrested him and then placed the kids in custody in Peru. But here's what we know. We know that Shellya's body was found in the Angeles National Park. So the camera footage also shows that they both went into the home and only he comes out with his bag. It's very clear, what happened. And we're hoping that the children are okay and they're safe. I do not know actually if he's been detained. However, it seems to be that they're trying to extradite him to the United States because that's where the crime happened. If you know what it's like to have family in abusive situations. The family around doesn't really know what to do. They don't want to put themselves in danger. They don't even know if the danger is real or not. The person is just yapping or what. Cabrera case, it's really sickens me. It really gives me the ick to know that she wanted a family. You want your family to stay together, you want your kids to have their father or their mother, and you do everything you think is correct. And it scares me to know that her staying with him kept her safer than her trying to leave. I can't wrap my mind around that. And I know her mother's heart is broken. I do hope the kids can go to her mother as well. And we will find out more of this kind of developing case. 2 is Bryan Kohberger. I have not yet done a deep dive on Bryan Kohberger because it pisses me off, just the whole story in general. But Bryan Kohberger, if you don't know, is the convicted Idaho student killer. That's the name that he will be given until the day he goes right to hell. Victims were taken from this earth, in 2022 in their dorm apartment or dorm home in Idaho, Moscow, Idaho. He was just convicted of 4 life sentences after he pled guilty, which was also pisses me off because he should have freaking went to trial. Mr. Big Shot, Mr. I'm a TA out of college, blah, 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 criminology student. Anyway, so Mr. Kohberger, who stalked these kids, who brutally murdered these kids, who stalked other students at his school when he was a TA and made them so uncomfortable they reported it. I think he had I want to say it was 14 reports, but it was definitely over 10, which is a lot. And they were actually going to have an intervention with him, like the professors and stuff, is now in jail complaining about his conditions. Kohberger got put into a max prison after the sentencing, and now he wrote notes about the jail conditions, flooding, which is when the inmates purposely flood like the whole floor by keeping all their water on, sexual harassment, and inmates threatening sexual assault. A quote from an inmate is, "The only ass we'll be eating is Kohberger's." Now, do we feel bad? No. This is what you signed up for, boo boo stink stink. Have a good time. Anyway, he's trying to file a complaint. He's got freaking COs signing for him, what they saw, the snitchery of it all. Take your things and go. You can stay there, enjoy that. That's what you asked for when you went into somebody's house and stalked somebody's children and assaulted them. And he never had any friends. He didn't have any friends to begin with, and now look. He still ain't got friends in jail. Now, me personally, if I went to prison, which I hope to God I never go, will I make friends? Most likely, yes. Most likely, yes. We're going to have a prayer circle of some sort, a knitting community, something, a gang. I don't know. But for you not to even be able to join a gang, he couldn't find some other incels. Isn't that funny? Anyway, nobody cares about your complaints. Have fun, girl. Have fun. Moving along. Sherri Papini. Another case I need to do. So Sherri Papini faked a kidnapping back in 2016. She was running. Oh my God, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm so cute. I'm a housewife. I'm running, and tells the police that Hispanic women, yep, that's who she picked. That's who she chose to be the culprits. Kidnapped her, branded her, cut her beautiful long blonde locks. They were gonna sell her to the black market or something because she's so desired, right? That's what she's being told. Anyway, turns out, lo and behold, Sherri Papini was with her ex-boyfriend James, I don't even know how many hundreds of miles away, escaping the trap that she put herself in. Sherri is now coming out. So she's been in hiding forever. Okay. Whatever hole they put her in, she's been hiding because she came out. She said the ex-boyfriend kidnapped her. They had spent thousands of dollars for a victim advocacy for her, getting her therapy, and they found out she was lying, and so she had to pay restitution. So Keith leaves her because all the lies get unraveled. He divorces her. I think he takes the kids because she didn't have no job or whatever. And now she's on this press tour of sorts for this book called Sherri Papini Doesn't Exist, which I don't really understand the title. I'm not going to read the book. I refuse. Would rather swallow glass than read a book of a woman who used her privilege, she used what she looked like, and she used that she knew people were going to flock to her. We know the media looks at certain kinds of people, when it comes to these types of stories. How could this ever happen to this good girl, somebody like her type of a situation? And I think she knew she would get attention, and she got it, boo. Again, you're going to get what you wish for, regardless of if it's good or bad. She's getting the attention she wants. So anyway, she ain't got no husband, she ain't got no kids, and she ain't with James anymore, which is so stupid. If you're gonna do something like that, you better damn well believe that the person you do that for, you're with after all this is said and done. Now she's claiming that her husband was abusive in the first place, and so that's why she never came out and said look, I had an affair and this is what happened. She's saying yes, I had an affair, but James went ahead and took it too far, and just I was irresistible, and he went ahead and snatched me. James never was charged. Please, I don't even know where James is at. James, that's what you get for getting involved with a married lady. Too, you too, James. She got pre-sale numbers, very low pre-sale on Amazon for this book, and she's running around saying that she basically did like everything that her husband Keith wanted because she knew that if he knew she was having an affair, he would be mad. Rightfully so. She made it seem though as if him being mad about her having an affair was abusive. So those are the three, headline horrors. Again, I'm trying to work with the title. Maybe like True Crime Roundup. Maybe a True Crime Roundup sounds good. Let's do that. Crime Roundup. I do want to get back to the Bryan Kohberger case. He can get it. I hope they throw hands. I really do. I will, whoever, look, I'm not going to say nothing else. I don't want nothing recorded, but y'all can see it in my eyes. You can see it in my eyes. And we're going to do a deep dive on that as well. And Sherri, girl, give it a rest. Give it a rest. Nobody wants to hear no more stories that you have, girl. Why don't you go do something like read a book instead of write one? Please. I'm exhausted. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, remember, like, comment, subscribe, share. We need you to share. And please have some grace. Okay, y'all. Bye.